In this video, we are going to show you the top 5 IPS commands for your FortiGate, and we are starting right now. The inclusion of IPS in your FortiGate is one of those things that makes your FortiGate a next generation firewall. It deals with exploits, it deals with anomalies. IPS engine is just about everywhere. So let's start with our first command, that is config IPS global. There are some FortiGate models that supports also the extended database, which includes much more signature. So to check it out, set database. And you can use the regular, and you can also use the extended. So if you have the extended, don't hesitate to use it. When we create or configure IPS sensors, we need to plan them carefully. Why? Because they consume a lot of resources from your FortiGate in terms of CPU and memory. Now, whenever you head up to your IPS signatures page and add signatures, think of two main things. The first one, operating systems. If you're using a Windows-based network, don't use any signatures that are related to macOS or Linux. The second thing is the direction of the traffic. Now, if you're protecting clients, use only signatures that are meant to protect clients. If you're protecting server, do the same. The next command is for those who runs a FortiGate with multiple processors. You can actually run several IPS engines simultaneously. So how do you do it? You head over to your CLI, configure IPS global. Now set engine count. Now if you set the integer into 0, then FortiGate will choose how many engines to use simultaneously, but you can also change it according to your needs. Your IPS engine needs as much power as it can get. There are many FortiGate models that supports hardware acceleration, either using the NP ASIC or the CP ASIC. Mine uses the CP ASIC, so why not giving it to him? Use the config IPS global and then set, in my case it's the CP, set CP acceleration mode. Those that supports the NP, just use the set NP acceleration mode and set it to basic or to none, or in this CP case to an advanced mode which supports more IPS patterns. Your IPS engine consumes lots and lots of memory and CPU cycles. Now, if you see spikes in your FortiGate due to CPU high usage and so on, you can diagnose, test application, IPS monitor, and there you will see different tests that you can do on your IPS engine. You can disable it totally using option 2, or you can toggle bypass status, which actually means that the IPS engine works but doesn't scan any traffic. So play around with those options whenever you have issues with your IPS engine. And before we end, please subscribe to get more videos like that.